As you might be figuring out already, things are about to change. So, this is just a quick, short video to talk about a rehauling of Quid Infernum. As longtime followers know, I've wanted to relaunch this channel a couple of times, but I've been forced to step away each time due to severe ongoing health issues. In fact, my switch to this PNG tuber avatar you see before you is part of that, and there will be a different one coming eventually that has more articulation and stuff, but for now we're going to have to live with this one. But I'm just not as comfortable being on camera much these days. However, that said, due to participation in a couple of studies that have improved my health considerably over the last number of months, I have more hope than I did 2 years ago, which is the last time I worked with the channel. This gives me a lot more confidence to work on things, but I'll always have to be mindful that treatments and exhaustion are still a part of my life. While I can't discuss details of my treatments or some other things covered under NDA with the studies, I will make how I cope with my health issues and how I'm trying to further rebuild my health part of the content and ongoing motivation for this channel. Also, due to my health, I gotta be honest, I stopped working with game dev for a long time. Long enough that I'm quite far behind on my knowledge. I stopped while 5.0 was still in preview, and I don't feel at all qualified with my current knowledge of Unreal Engine 5.x to put myself out there as an instructor of any sort. Not at all. I need to catch up and expand my knowledge and skills to the current environment, which is 5.6. I started playing around with 5.5. In fact, I'd spent some time dabbling with making a new tutorial to bring each of my old Foundations videos current with 5.5, but I realized that simply recovering what I did before with some minor fixes to make it run in 5.5, well, now 5.6, would not only be insufficient, it just wouldn't be a good way of addressing those tutorials, because it wouldn't look at any new or expansive elements that have been added to Unreal Engine that might make for better foundations for game development. And I really don't want to be the guy who puts a tutorial out knowing it's not grounded in what I think is the best approach. So this brings us to the overhaul of this channel. It's no longer going to be just an Unreal Engine / game development channel. I've been an avid learner all my life. I've been a kindergarten through 8th grade teacher, and I've always enjoyed sharing what I learn, which is what actually got me to make game dev tutorials to begin with. Resultantly, I don't want to limit myself to just game development anymore, for a multitude of reasons. But if I'm going to learn new things and share them, I want it to be about a broader set of things. Basically, in the words of the Shakira song from Zootopia, I want to try everything. I don't even know if that's the right lyrics or the way it goes, but try everything being the central theme is it. Game development will still be a featured and regularly ongoing element of the channel, but, instead of putting myself out there in the way I did previously as, some sort of let's get to the matter expert, I'm going to make content about the learning process and share how I learn, along with what I learn, including mistakes, how I fix them, and, what I did to evolve with that knowledge over time. I'll still do structured tutorials, but I want to find another name for them that better reflects that I'm not an expert anymore. I'm just a learner sharing what he has learned in the hopes it helps others. Just as importantly, I'll be doing this with a host of non-game development topics as well. So for instance, I'm going to be making videos related to how I'm approaching changes in my daily life to get more exercise, how I'm changing my diet because I've been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and other topics related to improving my health. Because I do more than just game development for relaxation, I want to talk about other things I'm exploring, like learning how to play the piano, how to make and program for Arduino and Raspberry Pi, learning to draw and digital art, just to name a few. Again, the point is to try new things, learn new things, and then share what I learn so others can follow along in their own learning journeys and maybe provide constructive feedback and resources that they've come across as well. I'm hoping the revitalization of the channel and what game dev content I do create and share will prove to be useful and better than the, of course, absolute nothing added to this channel over the last couple of years. I think even game developers might enjoy learning about a broader swath of things they may or may not have been exposed to previously, especially as, and here's the secret as far as I'm concerned, so many of these things can be folded back into game development. Learning the piano and music theory, why? Be able to work on your own soundtracks. Learning to draw and digital art, and for me, including bringing myself up to date on Blender again, why? I can make more of my own game art. Even the health improvement matters to game dev because personal stamina and fitness is important to being able to keep up with all the demands of making, marketing, and supporting your game. So here's the deal. I'm going to be working on the overhaul for the next few weeks, and you'll begin seeing minor changes as soon as the next few days. I hope you'll stick around and see what's to come. I'm personally very excited for it. I'm very motivated to do it. I feel good about the changes and energized to make certain everything happens. Regardless, I'll be pressing on with my plans because, as the channel name says in Latin, what the hell? I'll see you next video.